Welcome back to the garden. It's been a couple of weeks. It's now early March and it's getting towards the exciting part of the year where we can start to sow some more seeds. Now, we're going to sow 3 seeds today, and we're also going to do a bit of potting on, and I'm going to show you how to snip your sweet peas so they grow bigger and bushier. So lots of early maintenance things, but it's also really interesting because this time of year is when you really start to see the difference between the north of the country and the south. And this is the reason why. So you see here on the soil, this isn't too bad. So the chickens are digging over here, but it's still very wet here. Now I need to clear these beds ready to sow direct seeds. I want to be sowing parsnips and carrots and beetroots and all those things into the soil. I can't sow in the greenhouse. They don't like to be transplanted. So I see lots of accounts who I know film on the south coast of England and places in the south who have been sowing their seeds this week. And all I want to say to you today is it's okay not to do things at the same time as other people on the internet. You have to remember that everyone is different, every garden is different, the weather is different. Here I've got wet clay soil. It will do me loads of benefit not to rush and to wait just a couple more weeks. So more seed sowing in the greenhouse, bit of maintenance, bit of care, maybe some chicken time, but that's today. All right, so we're going to start with some seed sowing. And the key thing here for me is I've missed 2 weeks because it's been cold and wet and damp. That was on purpose. We're now starting at a point where we can sow lots and lots of seeds, but I want to do it fairly gradually because I know that you can easily get overwhelmed with too many seedlings. So this weekend, I'm going to sow some zinnia, and I'm going to sow a mixture of different cabbages and some broccoli. So we can get those going. Yeah, that's the idea. And then next week, we'll do some more and so on and so forth. And so the main focus after that is to be preparing soil for lots of other stuff. So that's what we're going to sow. And actually for these ones, the seed sowing method is pretty similar. So me and my assistant here, you can see his legs, we have been filling up seed trays, haven't we? And they're all ready to go. So the broccoli and the cabbage seeds are very similar, small black seeds. So I'm going to sow them the same. The zinnia is slightly bigger, but because I'm here with my lad, it's just easier to sow them all exactly the same. So what we're going to do, we are going to wet the surface. Do you want that, mate? Wet the surface with some water. And then we're going to put the seeds on top, and we're going to cover with a very light covering of soil. So there you go. We now have wet soil. Okay, so my helper here is going to do the zinnia. So we're going to put the seeds in your hand like that. That's it. And then we're going to pinch them, and we're going to sprinkle them around, aren't we? That's it. So sprinkle, that's perfect. So nice and scattered, so they're not on top of each other. Lovely job. And we'll do exactly the same with all the other seeds. Perfect. Good, mate. Good job. Hey! We've done the seeds. All we're going to do now is we're going to try and scatter a little bit of dry soil over the top of the seed we've sown. All 3 are the same. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. That's fine. I'll put more on. Yeah, so we're trying to get an even balance off. Nothing too deep, particularly with the broccoli and the cabbage seeds because they are very small. I'm just going to push it over so all the seeds have got a bit of covering, but not masses. So I'm going to put a bit more. You know, it's easy with your hands and a trowel. That's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Seed sowing is brilliant with kids because they can get involved. Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is put a plastic lid over the top to help them germinate. Do you want to do that? Help them germinate, and then we're going to put them on the shelves in a nice sunny spot here in the greenhouse. And that is those seeds this week. So that's what step 1 in seed sowing. Step 2 is going to start pricking up, which we're going to do a little bit now because I've got lots of lettuce to prick up. Now, one thing I did forget to say, and sorry, this video is a bit chaotic, I keep jumping around different tasks, but that's what it's like in the garden. One thing I forgot to say was when you are putting your seeds on the shelf like this, don't forget to label them because brassicas, so broccoli, cabbage, and the like, they look exactly the same when they come through. And even I can't tell which one's which once they've sprouted without a label. And I have many a times got them muddled up and planted up the wrong thing. So make sure you do a label. Now, before we get to pricking out, I want to show you the peas. We sowed these a few weeks. So this is an early pea crop in the greenhouse. They're all coming through very nice. So I'll leave those to grow on and keep watering them. That's going to be my first pea crop. We will put some more out in the garden once the beds are prepped, but we'll start off in here. And they'll be eaten and done before the tomatoes go in May. These here are our sweet peas. The ones at the back were in the lower shelf, and they haven't done as well as the upper shelf. So obviously better light here. But it's time to snip them back. If you're feeling brave at this point, I mean brave. This is a great job for helpers. Now, just give them the scissors. Buy my new plants. I'm going to be brave. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're going to, this is like pinching out. We're going to cut off the upper part of the plant because what it does, it then encourages the sweet pea to be bushier and grow extra stems. So now I've deliberately planted 2 or 3 seeds in every pot to get some level of bushiness out of them anyway, because I know that helps. But I'm just sniffing them above 3 leaves. Yep. I'm cutting off the tops. I actually do lots of plants. You do this with marigolds too. And it just makes the plant stop growing up a single stem and it grows more from side shoots and you get a better, stronger, healthier, bushier plant. Happy days. And these ones are well and truly ready. So this is one of the little jobs to do. It takes seconds and that will help your flowers and plants. You'll have more as season goes on. Okay, next job. So these are the lettuce, the cos we sowed the other week. They're getting a bit of Lego in the seed tray. So we're going to plant them out into individual pods to grow them on. A bit more space, fresh nutrients, all those things. And they're going to end up in here in the front row and maybe some in the ground out there as the season goes on. But in here it's easier because I have a net them, etc. And I'll get some early cos for me and frankly for the chickens as well. So win. So pricking up. To prick out, you want a lolly stick, and it's super easy. What I always do is I start off by making all little holes. That makes life easier, like this, in my seed tray, and also helps you notice we haven't got enough compost in the hole. All right, so you can see we've got lots and lots of holes down there. And what we do is we use our lollipop stick, and we're going to ease a plant. You're supposed to do this, but holding the leaf only. Oh, I'm not feeling that very well. There's a leaf, so I'm going to ease out the root with my lollipop stick so I don't damage it. And I'm just going to drop it, root and all, into the plug. And I'm going to do that many times. Okay, so that is the lettuce all pricked out nicely. They will go on the shelf in a minute. I think we're going to also do the other tray, which is marigolds. They're also ready to be pricked out. There you go. And these ones will go back on the tray in the rack there. So that's done. I'll just show you how we're looking. So here we got our 3 new seeds sown today. We've got our cabbage, our broccoli, and our zinnias. And below that, I've got the bricked out marigolds, and those are the lettuce. These are the leeks coming through, sowed over the year. Those are the broad beans. These are potatoes, which are chitting very nicely now. Look at the purple sprouts on those. They are looking brilliant. Probably ready to go in the ground within a week or two. This needs to be dry enough. Over here, I'm going to leave these out now. These are the sweet peas sitting. And then down here are the pea crop coming through. And obviously the garden, which, whilst that looks bad, that isn't anything like as bad as it has been. These are the chickens who are digging up all my herbs, cheeky monkeys. In you go, please. And this is a mess I've got to tidy up now. I've had a thought for the chickens. Now, I usually put the leftover seedlings in the compost, but I think actually they will quite like it. So let's put them in here. I would imagine they'll pick out those little bits of lettuce. Come on. There we go. And we'll let them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing one. Oh, there's 2 eggs in there. Where's the other? Oh, there she is. Just laid the egg off she goes. Right, I think that's me for filming today. I've got to do some weeding, which isn't that exciting for filming, but I'm going to make a start on tidying up, ready for planting the ground. But that is today. We've done sweet pea trimming. We have seen the peas coming through. We've sown some seeds and we've done some potting on. So all in all, a good hour in the garden. I hope yours is coming on nicely. If you're in the south, I bet you're cracking on. If you're a bit further north than me, you'll get there. It's really interesting actually to see the differences in seasons across the country. So that's all for now. Don't forget to put a like if you've enjoyed the video, got something from it, and do subscribe for more. I'll see you in a week. Bye now.